Hello, this is Anthony Huey from Dreadzone Airsoft, and this is my review on the Jing Gong R36K Airsoft Assault Rifle. Enjoy. Okay, so just to start, on all the reviews I've watched for this gun, or most of them, I've noticed that people have mentioned that on the box that this particular gun comes with, it's listed incorrectly. I'm going to flip the camera around and give you a nice little view of this. Right there, it's listed as the G608-2. I actually think that's just a product number, even though it does have another product number right here. I think that's just the particular gun that came out of the factory. But this is mentioned in a lot of videos, so I figured I'd go ahead and start off with that. But it is listed as an assault rifle, so just clarifying that. But it is in fact an R36K. So just kind of little mention here. I bought this from Airsoft Megastore. They gave me a really great deal on it. The gun itself was $124.95, and then the package that I got for it, which is the R36K-C AEG starter package, that was only $52.90 somewhat or other. But the original price for that is $71 something. So I figured that's a very great deal. That totaled out to be $233.54, I think, with the 3-day shipping. So I consider this a really good deal, especially with the performance of the gun and the accuracy and just the overall beastliness of this rifle. But I'll go ahead and get on to the package and what it includes. I actually got with the gun the standard 470 round magazine, but in the package you receive two 470 round standard high capacity magazines for the R36K-C, one premium 470 round Du Bois speed loader. Not very useful because the button on it, here I'll show you, the button that pops out right here on the bottom, like usual, yeah, sure, it looks all great and everything, but when you push it down, the BBs don't go all the way down. And whenever it comes back up, there's still a little bit of the push pin stuck in there, so you have to pull up on it in order for the BBs to go back down into the chamber. So I find that kind of useless. That's why I use a funnel that's in this box right here to just funnel the BBs into my clip magazines. But if I need to hold some extra BBs or something, I'll put them in here and then load it up. Moving on, I also got a premium Tough Enough Tactical 3-point AEG sling. This little beast here is extremely durable, very, very heavy duty. The R36K weighed in at about 7-8 pounds, something like that. And this is probably the best sling that I've ever used for an airsoft gun. Because before this gun, I had an M14 spring action TSP sniper rifle. And the sling that came with that wasn't necessarily very good because the sling strap broke. This one of these little pieces right here, the clip, it just snapped right off my gun. So that tells me that either the sling pulled too hard and was not heavy enough to sustain the weight of the gun, or just the clip on the gun was very, very weak, because it was ABS plastic, and if you wheel it around enough, it would snap. So that's probably that. But this is very useful for my R36K, because of the fact that the R36K does have 3 separate points where you can attach a sling. And I'll get to that in just a minute after I review the rest of this package. My package also came with 2 times 4,000 rounds golden ball, which I tend to favor now because they are extremely accurate, Pro Series airsoft ammo. A lot of people would say that these are way too expensive and they're a rip-off. These things are such high polish, and it's unexplainable. Just with the standard AEG barrel, not even a tight bore, these things are definitely the most accurate I've ever seen. Haven't tried Airsoft Elite yet, so I wouldn't know about them, but these are definitely my favorite so far. As you may notice here, they are 0.20 gram BBs, or .2s, most people will call them. These are the only BBs we use at Dread Zone Airsoft. So if you intend to play at one of our games, or an event, or an operation, like the one this 31st of October, then you have to use .2 gram BBs. We consider .12s or anything lower than that, which I don't think there is, very, very unsafe. We stress this because I've nearly had my eye put out, and I've been shot in the lip and started bleeding. All kinds of different accidents have happened with .12 gram BBs. So that's got to tell you something. They're very unsafe. But anyways, back to the package and such. But yeah, that's what all came with the package, and I'm fairly pleased with that because this is everything that I'll ever need for the gun. Although the only local airsoft field, which, well, it could be almost considered local because they're about 45, 50 miles away, is Airsoft Louisville, which you can access their website at airsoftlouisville.org. Very good team, bunch of great guys. Love to play with them. I've only been to one of their games so far because the M14 that I had sucked, and I'm not going to go any further than that because my little brother left it out in the rain, and then it just shut off. Nothing else happened. But at Airsoft Louisville, you're only allowed to use 2 high-capacity magazines unless you're doing an old-school game. So these are the only ones I'd be allowed to use. Or I could do a combination between one of these and one of the box. Not that it matters much. But the one thing that I like about the magazines is the little interlinkable pieces here. This little hook-shaped thing and this one right here match up with the grooves on the back of this. These little knobs slide right into that position, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Set the camera down and hook them up. You might hear a slight click because that's just them going into place, like that. Okay. This is in turn what the magazines look like put together. You can shake them, you can move them around, you can toss them, drop them, whatever. These are not coming apart. Unless, of course, the knob breaks. Then you're pretty much tough out of luck. But otherwise, pretty good. The BBs, like usual, load through here. Or not, they don't load through here, but they go up into the gun through this little BB feeder. In here, these little clips are how you load the BBs into the gun. As you can see, that's a pretty deep clip because you can't even see the bottom with a camera. I'd get a flash picture of it, but I don't feel like doing that right now. These are very large magazines in the sense that, well, they just hold a lot of ammo in general. But the only problem that I've found with this gun at all so far is that sometimes the magazines will not feed BBs, and I don't understand why. But I think it's just because I'm not winding them enough, and they shoot a few shots and then it stops firing. So if anybody can elaborate on that or has had the same problem, please post something on it, because I'm stumped. Like I said before, speed loader, I wouldn't even bother buying it really, unless you're one of those people who likes to take 5-10 minutes to load up a single magazine with 470 bullets and you can just pour the BBs in there. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. But this concludes the accessory review. As you can see, all my great stuff here that I got with my gun. Very cheap, and I'll see you next time whenever I come back with part 2.